The Empress is preparing to marry the Prime Minister, but the Prime Minister's residence was completely empty, leaving only the unfinished portrait of the Empress. At that moment, she finally realized how heartless she had been. 3 years prior, the late Emperor had ignored all advice, insisting on attacking Northern Wei, resulting in a devastating defeat. On his deathbed, he entrusted the princess to the Prime Minister. If the princess proved unworthy, the Prime Minister could replace her on the throne. But how could the ever-loyal Prime Minister usurp power, especially since he and the princess were already betrothed? He vowed to assist her in becoming an enlightened ruler, yet he had other plans in mind. If she squandered all 100 chances, he would choose to quietly walk away. The princess also swore to never let the Prime Minister down. After the late Empress passing, the princess ascended as Empress. Under the Prime Minister's guidance, a golden age began. The Prime Minister aimed to fulfill the late Emperor's dying wish, so he requested to lead the troops to conquer the North. The Empress lovingly promised to wed him upon his victorious return. 3 years later, the Prime Minister had pacified the realm, but his hair had turned white from the burdens of war. Upon returning to the palace, he found the Empress had a change of heart. She was intimate with the top scholar and believed his slander, accusing the Prime Minister of warmongering, forcing him to kneel and receive the decree stripping him of his regent title. The Empress didn't realize she had already used up 98 chances. The Prime Minister quietly returned his official seal, playing the zither alone to nurse his wounds. His subordinates urged him to rebel and seize the throne upon hearing this, but the Prime Minister firmly refused out of gratitude to the late Emperor. The Empress Dowager learned of the Prime Minister's demotion, insisting the wedding proceed as per the late Emperor's decree. The King of Yen took this chance to profess his love. All of this was secretly witnessed by the top scholar, as the Empress passed by the top scholar intentionally fell, falsely accusing the Prime Minister of pushing him, which the Empress believed. She slapped the Prime Minister herself, forcing him to hand over his life-sparing token. With this, the 100 chances were fully exhausted. The next day, in court, treacherous officials slandered the Prime Minister for warmongering. The Empress demanded he relinquish military command, otherwise she would execute his trusted generals. The Prime Minister had no choice but to abdicate. The 100 chances were now depleted. He was utterly disheartened. The Empress foolishly told the Prime Minister to go home and await their wedding. The Prime Minister submitted his withdrawal from the engagement, claiming it was his final memorial to the throne. As the Empress was about to open it, the top scholar pretended to fall once more. The Empress rushed to help him. Seeing this scene, the Prime Minister's heart turned to ashes. He removed his official robes and left without looking back. Never again would he long for this place of heartbreak.